Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Atlanta Homes and Apartments for Rent. Today we are diving into something a little different but incredibly relatable for most of us. Have you ever thought about how signing a rental lease is actually a lot like getting married? I know it sounds crazy at first, but stick with me. Both are legal commitments that bind two parties together. Both start with excitement and optimism. And unfortunately, both can end with someone sleeping on a friend's couch and fighting over who gets to keep the coffee maker. Before we start, if you find this video helpful, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more real estate content, just like this. Now, let's dive in. So, what do you think? Is your rental agreement more like a happy marriage or a rocky relationship headed for divorce court? Let me know in the comments below. Every relationship starts with the honeymoon phase, right? You are excited, optimistic, and can't wait to start your new chapter together. With rentals, it's no different. Remember how you felt when you first saw your apartment? The natural light in the living room, that perfect spot for your desk, and a kitchen that actually has counter space. You took dozens of pictures, measured every wall for furniture, and started a Pinterest board called Dream Home 2.0. Just like in a new marriage, there is a mutual attraction. The landlord is attracted to your steady income and clean credit report. You are attracted to the property's location and amenities. Both parties are putting their best foot forward. But here's where I want you to pay attention. The honeymoon phase is when the most critical decisions are made, yet it is when your judgment is most clouded by excitement. Have you ever signed a lease while in the honeymoon phase and missed some red flags? Drop a comment below with your story. In both marriages and rental agreements, the honeymoon phase is when you should be most vigilant. Take off those rose-colored glasses for a minute. Let's talk about what you should be looking for during this phase. Communication patterns. Does your potential landlord respond promptly to messages? Transparency. Are they upfront about all costs and policies? Professionalism. Do they have proper documentation and systems in place? Marriage counselors actually recommend pre-marriage counseling. And I recommend pre-lease counseling. Before you sign, talk to current tenants if possible. Check reviews online. Drive by the property at different times of day. Remember, in both relationships and rentals, past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior. The big day arrives. Signing that lease is your I do moment. It's a legally binding agreement that outlines how your relationship will function. Your lease, like a marriage certificate, defines how long you are committed, lease term, financial obligations, rent, rules of conduct, noise policies, guest policies, how to handle disputes, conditions for breaking up, early termination. But here's the thing about commitments. They are only as good as the parties involved. Just like marriage vows can be broken, lease terms can be violated. In a marriage, you might promise to be faithful and supportive. In a lease, your landlord promises to maintain the property and respect your right to quiet enjoyment. You promise to pay on time and not damage the property. But here's where it gets interesting. The power dynamic. In most places, landlord-tenant law tries to balance the relationship, but often one party has more power than the other. Just like in marriages where one partner might earn more or have more family support, landlords often have more resources and experience. On a scale of 1 to 10, how balanced do you feel your landlord-tenant relationship is? Let me know in the comments. Here's my advice for creating a balanced commitment. Document everything. Take move-in videos and photos. Get all promises in writing, no verbal agreements. Know your rights as a tenant in your area. Build a positive relationship from day one. Remember, the best marriages and rental relationships are partnerships, not power struggles. Both parties should feel their needs are being met and their voices heard. Once the papers are signed, reality sets in. This is where both marriages and leases are truly tested in the day-to-day living together. In a marriage, you might discover your spouse never replaces the toilet paper roll. In a rental, you might discover that the hot water only lasts for 5 minutes. Small annoyances can become big issues if not addressed properly. The key to successful cohabitation in both relationships is clear communication, reasonable expectations, prompt resolution of issues, mutual respect. Let me show you a comparison of poor versus effective communication with your landlord. Poor. The faucet's been leaking for days and you haven't fixed it. This place is falling apart. Effective. I noticed the kitchen faucet has developed a leak. I'm concerned about water damage and a potential increase in the water bill. When would be a good time for someone to take a look at it? Just like in a marriage, approaching problems from a place of partnership rather than confrontation usually yields better results. Regular maintenance is crucial in both relationships and rentals. In a marriage, you have date nights and check-ins. With rentals, you have seasonal maintenance and periodic inspections. What is the strangest maintenance request you have ever had to make to a landlord? Share your story below. One thing I have learned from years in real estate: the quality of your rental experience often directly correlates to the quality of communication between you and your landlord. So here is my challenge to you. Rate your current communication with your landlord on a scale of 1 to 10, and then think of one way you could improve it by 1 point. Sometimes, just like in marriage, the smallest adjustments can make the biggest difference. Not all marriages end in happily ever after, and not all leases end with the full security deposit returned. Let's talk about when things go wrong. The parallels here are striking. Both can involve emotional distress. Both often involve financial disputes. Both may require legal intervention. Both can affect your future prospects. I am going to be completely honest with you. When rental relationships go bad, they can go really bad. Common critical issues include non-payment of rent, property damage, lease violations, landlord neglect of responsibilities, harassment and privacy violations. Just like prenuptial agreements in marriage, your lease agreement should outline dispute resolution processes. However, many people don't fully understand these sections until they are in the middle of a problem. Here are resources you should know about before you have a serious issue. Your local tenant rights organization, legal aid services in your area, mediation services, your state's landlord-tenant laws, documentation methods, how to prove your case. Has anyone had to take legal action in a rental dispute? What happened and what did you learn? Share your experience below to help others. Just like in marriage disputes, mediation is often better than litigation. It is faster, cheaper, and less adversarial. Many courts actually require mediation attempts before proceeding with eviction or other landlord-tenant cases. Remember this key point. The time to learn about your rights and responsibilities is not when you are already in a dispute. By then, emotions are high and options may be limited. Prevention is always better than remedy. Document all communications. Address issues promptly while they're small. Know your legal rights and obligations. Maintain a professional relationship even when it's difficult. All good things must come to an end. The average American moves every 5 to 7 years, meaning most rental relationships will eventually conclude. Just like relationships, rental agreements can end in different ways. Amicably, normal lease expiration, proper notice. By mutual agreement, early termination that both parties agree to. Through abandonment, one party disappears. Through eviction, forced termination. The ideal breakup follows the process outlined in your lease. Proper notice period, typically 30 to 60 days. Property restored to original condition, minus normal wear and tear. Final inspection conducted fairly. Security deposit returned promptly. References provided if needed. Your move-out checklist should include deep cleaning or hiring professionals, patching small holes and touching up paint if allowed, documenting the condition with photos and videos, returning all keys and access devices, providing forwarding address for deposit return. What is your best tip for getting your full security deposit back? Share below to help fellow renters. Here is something people don't talk about enough. The way you end one rental relationship affects how you begin the next one. Just like your romantic relationship history can affect future relationships, your rental history follows you. Future landlords may check references. Evictions can stay on your record for years. Credit impacts from rental disputes can affect future housing options. End each rental relationship as professionally as possible, even if there were challenges along the way. Your future housing options may depend on it. So there you have it. The surprising parallels between rental leases and marriages. Both are legal relationships that require communication, commitment, and sometimes compromise. Whether you're currently in a great rental relationship or struggling with landlord issues, I hope this video has given you some perspective and practical tips. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content about navigating the world of real estate and rentals. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Now, I would love to hear from you. What is the most important lesson you have learned from your rental experiences? Comment below, and let's learn from each other. Until next time, this is a reminder that whether it is a marriage or a lease, the best relationships are built on mutual respect, clear communication, and following through on your promises.